So good afternoon. I'm going to do a few more examples determining slope. This equation is y equals 4. So notice that it is solved for y. So I have this y equals mx plus b concept. Notice that the 4 is really the constant. There's really no x term in the problem. For that x term to disappear, there has to be a special number in front of that x to make it disappear. That means I should have had a 0x there. So y equals 0x would be the same thing as y equals 4. So this would be the same thing as y equals 4, because again that disappears and we would have just y equals 4. So since that x term is not there, that means its coefficient must have been a 0 for it to multiply out. So what this is telling me then is I do have a slope-intercept form. The coefficient of x is actually 0. So the slope of this line is equal to 0. So we would be done with that question. But since this is a teachable moment, I want to kind of verify that slope is indeed 0 by using a couple other strategies. And again, when you do math, it's always good to verify that answer with another strategy, especially if you're taking tests. So if I make a table, we know y has to be 4, but since x is not part of the problem, what that's telling me is x can be whatever it wants to be. I'm going to choose 0 for x. So 0, 4 would be located at that spot. Again, y has to be 4, but again I can pick whatever order pair I want for x. So this time I'm going to pick, say, maybe a 3. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, up 4. Puts me about here. Okay. So I found two solutions, and I can go ahead and sketch a graph here. So drawing our line across there. And what we're picking up on is we have a horizontal line. So our graph is kind of running left to right. That's horizontal. We also pick up on that, looking at the slope, there's no rise. It just stays there at 4. So the rise is 0. The run went from here to there. So run was like 3. And we know that 0 divided by 3 is 0. So using the graph, there's not a rise, there's a run, and that simplifies down to 0. If I use the slope formula, 0.1 and 0.2, I can go, slope is 4 minus 4, y2 minus y1, and then x2 minus x1 would be 3 minus 0, and 0 over 3 would indeed be 0. So both of those are confirming that indeed my slope is 0. So notice how this does have a slope-intercept form. It has a slope of 0, and notice that it crosses the y-axis at 4, so its y-intercept would be a 4. So it has those characteristics of slope-intercept form. Okay? So even though the x is missing, we're picking up on that the reason it's missing is because there was a 0 there. Therefore, our slope is 0. And that's kind of our shortcut where we wouldn't necessarily have to do this information if we felt really confident. Okay? So let's see what else we have in store for us. Stay tuned.